And one of the big results of La Chorrera was bringing the psilocybin mushrooms back to America and creating the Grower's Guide. And basically you guys, kind of brought psilocybin to the masses.
Yes. And of all the
That's
things...
a big deal, Dennis.
All the things that we projected were going to happen, the one thing that actually had an impact was that. And there was nothing supernatural, no violation of physics. It was simply bringing the spores back, figuring out how to grow these things, and then releasing it to the world. It's not only us, other people were doing this, but we were kind of the ones that caught that cultural meme. We put out this little pamphlet, Psilocybin Magic Mushroom Grower's Guide, a very simple little manual for growing a few small amounts of mushrooms in mason jars. Any college student, any 10th grader really could do this. And I think many a 10th grader did. And there were lots of science fair projects that year that it came out, and it's had an impact on society, and I think generally a positive impact. We wanted to share this partly to, so that other people could have these experiences and either convince themselves, either confirm or not, what we had been experiencing. And so many people did, and confirmed it more or less. When you take it in these intense states, 5 grams, total darkness, you will have encounters with the aliens. You'll be convinced that they've landed for sure. Psilocybin seems to have this science fiction-ish cast to it for many people. Of course, we don't know because we were already science fiction fanatics, but it has made a difference, and it provided a safe, non-toxic, powerful psychedelic that anyone could produce with a few ingredients they buy at the grocery store. So that's really, in some ways, what kept the psychedelics alive through the 80s and 90s. The conversation never really stopped. And of course, Terence was out there talking about it a lot, keeping the conversation alive. And then we crossed into an era where people, researchers began to look at psilocybin seriously. And we're in that era now. Now we see the results of that. People put the foundation under the experience, and it sort of went from a recreational, adventure in some other dimension or something, but then they began to find actual therapeutic benefits for it. And we see what's happened in the last decade. Now psilocybin is respectable, and the psychedelics are respectable and being accepted. And some are about to get approval for use for depression. That's one of the big intractable depression, and all the other things we know they're good for, trauma, addictions, and so on.
And we have the McKenna brothers to thank for a lot of that.
Right.
I'm going to thank you guys.